Buddy, we're back. It's yet another episode of Lolcow Nobodies. Now we are once again divulging away from the LCU. I think that's gonna be the general vibe from now on. I might venture back to check out Keemstar and the gang every once in a while. Especially if I can get like Freshie and Chart and like people who know about that sort of thing and like do a fun show about it. But just as there's plenty of fish on the sea, you fucking hack, in the sea, there's also plenty of cows in the farm. And folks, I'm ready to talk about whoever I want to talk about. And today it's the Opster. We've talked about the Opster before. Not particularly proud of that one. I went live like half dead. I think it was only like 45 minutes long. And I didn't even like finish what I set out to do because I was just like fucked that day. And that was back when I was trying to do this show every day. So I was like just trying to force myself to do it. Didn't work out. But we covered a lot of the backstory there. We'll go over it briefly again, of course, for anybody who might not know. But there's been some recent stuff that good old Greg Opie Hughes has been up to that I just wanted to talk about on this show. It reinvigorated me to do another lolcow related show on this here channel. And because we've been sort of moving away from the LCU for a while now, and that theme song has been like dreadfully outdated for so many reasons, even beyond that. I did some cooking today, and I gotta tell you guys, fucking, the most times I try to make an AI song, absolute dog shit. Like I'm not even that particularly proud of the old theme song. This one, it's too long is the one problem with it. It's like 3 minutes long. I don't think the old one was that long, although maybe it wasn't that far off. It feels a little long, but the fucking computer's cooked, bro. Whatever trees died and oceans got drained for me to make this song, it was all worth it, guys. Let's fucking hear the new theme song of Lolcow Nobodies, everybody.
Track to track, the circus scroll. Timeline burning out my skull. Same old drama, 12 parts deep.
Ladies and gentlemen, how you doing today? We're here. It's Lolcow Nobodies, ladies and gentlemen. I am, of course, your host, Riley, and we're here to talk about lolcows. Not necessarily those of the Keemstar variety. I was trying to think of a word. Keemstar. What is it called when you like tend to cows? I don't fucking know. Let's not fucking dwell on it. Today I wanted to talk about Greg Opie Hughes, ladies and gentlemen. He's been up to some shenanigans lately, as he has been for the past 12 years. I mean, he's the never a dull moment with the Opster, and by never a dull moment, I mean constantly dull moments. And the only non-dull moment is when he proves himself to be like a ridiculous drama whore and to be obsessed with the people he used to work with, who are all infinitely more talented than him. That's the bottom line with Opie is he's just jealous that everyone he's ever worked with is now doing better than him. Like down to like Anthony and Jimmy, down to like people who used to be producers on his show, fucking interns on his show. Fucking 99% of the names that you remember from Opie and Anthony have at least decently successful like podcasts or like an internet presence. They're liked by their peers in the like comedy radio community. But not Opie. Not Opie. Because he insists on burning every bridge and acting like it's everyone else's fault but his own. And just constantly spiraling into an intense death spiral. Is his family still alive? We don't know. That's been a fun fan theory. You know, I always love when the Dabbleverse comes up with theories about their various retards. This is yeah, Opie is a Dabbleverse target, which I think is the far superior Lolcow universe to whatever the fuck Keemstar's got going on over there. Um, the He's just a silly guy, everybody. That Grego be Hughes. Yeah, his family's dead. He killed them. We haven't seen hide nor hair of his family in a long time. Even his dog we used to see all the time. We don't see. And he does seem like he's. Sometimes you watch Opie and like it does seem like he's genuinely like going crazy. Like I feel like if you put on like some of the more like unhinged Opie streams and you added like a horror movie soundtrack to it, like it would probably be genuinely scary. Just add like that scary song from Dexter as Opie's fucking babbling angrily about nothing. It's just like be as Dexter if he said everything out loud. Just fucking. No, I'm kidding. Dexter is much more put together. He can at least have a coherent thought to himself, whereas Opie struggles with that. I was gonna get into the history for the audience, but there's not an audience yet, and I already did the history. So I guess if you're watching this VOD, you probably already know who Opie is. If not, I've talked about it before. There's plenty of historical documentaries on the issue. Opie and Anthony, one of the biggest shows to ever exist. It was on the radio for 20 years. Fucking all the big names have been on there. Joe Rogan credits Opie and Anthony as being the like primary inspiration for the Joe Rogan experience, like because he's been on there plenty of times. Fucking, it was a who's who of amazing comedians just coming in and busting each other's balls. And then there's fucking grumpy little Opie sitting in the corner playing Candy Crush because he can't hope to keep up with Anthony Cumia and Jim Norton and the various actual talented comic guests that they get. But he gets the coast because he discovered Anthony. He's kind of like the guy who, keeps the show on track. Because, God forbid a bunch of really talented comedians go on a funny tangent. Opie's got to be like, back to the show. We got a caller. We got Jeffrey from New Orleans. That I was doing more of an Anthony than an Opie there. I was like combining the two. It was the Dragon Ball Z fusion of Opie and Anthony. But Opie and Anthony is so beloved that even fucking 12 years later, Opie and Anthony was canceled 12 years ago off of Sirius XM when Anthony said some questionable things about the black community, which I do not stand for. I just think the guy's funny. Uh, so the show got canceled, but people don't like that, and they want it to come back. But of course, Opie surely doesn't want that, because that would highlight how untalented he is compared to his peers. So he will deny that up and down. And the most recent echo in the wind about an Opie and Anthony reunion comes from the Regs, which, by the way, just brief side tangent, the Regs, probably my new favorite podcast. I don't know about like it probably hasn't passed like the classics, like the Dick Masterson stuff, but like in terms of like podcasts I've discovered recently, the Regs is super good. It's a four-man show of notable comedians: Dan Soder, Joe List, Robert Kelly, and of course Louis J. Gomez, the fucking ruler of Gas Digital and Legion of Skanks and Skankfest, one of the biggest phenomenons in comedy podcast history, Skankfest. And of course, all this fucking comedy podcasting that exists now has its roots in Opie and Anthony. Maybe not all of it, but a whole lot of it. So even, they're planning this big event, and they've got Opie and Anthony in their minds even then. So let's see this clip from the Regs and see what Louis J. Gomez had to say about an Opie and Anthony reunion. We're gonna pull that up. Here we go. Is it displaying correctly? Yes. It surely is.
Yo, let's roast. Let's get to Paulo.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to get the Paulo.
Got
You
it.
got to get Quinn.
Who's your ideal? Who's your ideal panel?
Colin Quinn. Got to be on it.
Will Colin come?
He will come for that.
He'll come for a
That's
day.
a good way to get Quinn to go to the festival.
Maybe.
He did the Tough Guy reunion in Brooklyn. It was only Brooklyn. Yeah. But the Tough Guy reunion was one of the biggest moments in the history of the festival. I want to get the Opie and Anthony reunion. There's got to be a path. Why is Opie such a puss? You're friends with him.
There's got to be a path. There's not a path, Lewis. I'm so sorry. And this is another funny thing that happens. So immediately Lewis turns to Bobby Kelly, who I guess at a somewhat recent point still considered Opie his friend. And the story that Bobby Kelly proceeds to tell is just peak Opie, just fucking Opie in a nutshell.
So after, well,
Huh?
you would have to. Are you friends with Opie still?
I was, but then we had a thing on Twitter last year.
Where he was kind of a dick to
Well,
Bobby.
he smashed me.
Why?
It was an earthquake, and he's like, "Did Bobby just do jumping jacks?"
That's funny.
But yeah, but I already lost the weight, so it didn't even make sense. I was like,
Well, that's you
I was
being
100.
sensitive.
No, I didn't say anything. I didn't.
Sensitive. I mean, yeah. You used to be a fat guy. They made a fat joke. If I lost the weight and still people still made fat jokes about me, I wouldn't be like, it doesn't even make any sense anymore. Like you're a fat guy. Once you've been a fat guy publicly for long enough, what like I've been on the internet for years. I've been a fat guy publicly for so long. I could get on Ozempic today. I could get on Ozempic fucking today. And I would still be a fat guy, even if I wasn't. Because eventually it's set in stone. It's barely started, Redux. That's okay. So Lewis asks Bobby if him and Opie are still friends, and they're telling this story right now, and man, it's just so funny. So Opie made this joke about Bobby doing jumping jacks and it causing the earth to shake. And how did Bobby respond, and how did Opie respond? Let's find out, folks.
didn't get said. I thought it was funny, but I said something back. I go, "You still got it," and by I don't mean a radio show.
That's
and
funny.
he went fucking
He got
ballistic.
really upset.
Yeah, he was like, "Dude, we'll all compare bank accounts and fucking real estate any day." And I was
That's
like,
crazy.
"All right, dude. I was just joking back. I had a good one too." Well, you know
Lewis,
what I
you
mean?
could be the Jesse Jackson.
So Opie's response. So Opie makes this fat joke about Bobby Kelly. Pretty funny. Bobby Kelly's a fat guy forever, no matter how fat or not fat he is. You get to make fat jokes about him. That's how it works. And so that was fine. And then Bobby responds, ball busting, what Opie and Anthony was about the entire time, says, "You still got it." And by it, I don't mean a radio show. And Opie melts down and starts trying to compare money dick sizes. Like, "Oh, you're not as successful as me." Ooh. First of all, Opie, I have a feeling your bank accounts are kind of barren. A lot of the Dabbleverse has theorized you're cash poor, and that all of your net worth comes from all the property that you bought and shit that you need to be selling and that you're not selling. And that does seem to be the case. Although maybe you are still rich. Who knows? If only Bobby Kelly had taken him up on it. Prove you're still rich, OP. But anyway, so Bobby is not the end, but Dan thinks that Lewis might be. Let's watch more. No, I don't want to fucking open Copilot. Fuck Copilot. Copilot's gay. Opie has more money than Mo. I don't know who Opie is. I mean, yeah. Opie has made money before. Opie used to make money. I don't think Mo has ever made a significant sum of money, except maybe during his crypto trading days, but even then, I doubt the number's that high. Opie was making millions of dollars on the radio for a while there. So I imagine he's got some sort of money, and even if he doesn't, he's got like two houses, which Mo definitely doesn't have. His net worth is certainly astronomically higher. But anyway.
Jackson to
Yeah,
bring them.
you could do it.
There's a, I don't, Opie's so against it. I know Anthony would do it. I could convince Jim to do it.
I think Jim and
Jim-
Opie are in a better place.
Jim would not do it. Jim would be the hardest to get to.
But honestly, even if Jim didn't want to do it, just Opie and Anthony on stage, nope.
Okay, I agree and disagree with Bobby here. I'm not gonna highlight myself for this. This won't be long. I agree and disagree with Bobby here because Jimmy doesn't want to do it. Jimmy just is done with the drama. He doesn't want to deal with it. There's nothing to gain from him hanging out with Opie, except for like a lot of money probably. But like he's good. He's still successful. And I mean, like, so is Anthony, but he appreciates the love people have for the show, so he's always willing to, give it another shot, have a little reunion. So long as Opie will play ball. But Opie will not play ball. Mo is making $20 profit during his quote crypto days. I remember. That's pretty funny.
No cameras, the same way we do the Naked Roast. We won't even tape it. Just do a fucking reunion where you guys fucking come to Skankfest. You bring in Bobby, Voss. We'll fucking dig up Patrice's body.
God damn, go,
Can you just get a blackout of dude, Patrice?
just bail Bobo out of whatever.
Oh
home
my
he's in
god,
right
dude!
now.
How Big A and fucking dude, how fun would that be? It would be a moment for Skankfest. That, like,
Sam Roberts.
That's my biggest, biggest thing if I could do it. Like an Opie and Anthony reunion
E-Rock?
surprise. Oh my god,
E-Rock would be
E-Rock
sick.
would be great.
That would be awesome. You got to do that.
Yeah.
As a fan of that show,
They,
please do that.
so look, guys,
It doesn't look good.
Guys,
I've seen their
listen to me.
Twitter.
Harass Opie.
I don't know why they just don't put it behind them though.
They're like Pink
Lewis, we're already on it.
Floyd.
They
It's
really
not
are.
happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they both got stuff. They got their houses. They got their fam. Move the fuck on and just be friends again. Who gives
Yeah,
a
the
shit?
bank accounts are fine. Just fucking come and give the people what they want.
The greatest radio show underneath Howard Stern.
I think a better show than Howard Stern. Honestly.
Made me laugh harder than Howard.
Yeah, I wasn't
At
even an
one
Opie and
point,
Anthony
they
guy
were-
growing up. I was a Howard Stern guy growing up. But Opie and Anthony, like objectively speaking, is a funnier show. They understood how to make it funny. Howard Stern's narcissism sort of like led to some funny moments with him being mean to retarded people.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what it was. He was a great interviewer, better interviewer than anybody in the world.
Sure.
But Opie and Anthony, this shit exists
I think
because of what Opie and Anthony did. The way podcasts are today, there wouldn't be this sort of subgenre.
I learned about your whole crew because
I don't think that. I think
See, exactly, right? Opie and Anthony fucking invented podcasts, basically. Like, this is how big this show is, and it's ridiculous just how astronomically far Opie has fallen, and how he still has clout that he could grab, and he refuses to grab it because of his own, like, weird ego.
Howard Stern made a mistake because he started to get famous people on.
Yeah.
Opie and Anthony just went with the funniest comics around.
It was Jim bringing in all of you.
And Opie and Anthony saying, fuck it, let's go.
And
then,
it was like
and then
ugly.
embracing all of us.
I mean, did I still listen to Voss owning Birbiglia on Opie and Anthony, or when Burr and Patrice?
Burn Birbiglia, did you see that
Burr
one?
and Birbiglia was great. He goes,
Say Burn Birbiglia 5 times.
Burr and Birbiglia, where he goes, I know what you're doing. I know what you're selling out these theaters, but you're getting me to fucking pack the audience because you're not fucking doing it. And then that's like on air.
Yeah,
and you're like, that's great.
It was the greatest radio.
Shout out to YouTube because they have them all up there. And I'll put them on. I'll put them on
in
on
my
my
opinion,
videos.
one of the best moments, one of my most inspirational moments in like podcasting / radio is the first time Patrice was on Opie and Anthony and Voss brought him in. You ever hear that?
No, I'm gonna go back and find it.
It's incredible. Like Voss is like, you gotta see this guy, and everyone's it's Opie and Anthony like, yeah, we hear you're great, Patrice. Voss keeps on, and he's like, Voss is like, he's the funniest, and they go, is he funnier than you? And Voss is like, what? And Patrice is like, goddamn right, I'm funnier than Rich fucking Voss. He just lays into him the first 1 minute. He brought him in, and he just starts smashing him.
I mean,
Patrice, I just want to say real quick because they're doing a lot of talking about Patrice O'Neal that he was great. He was one of the best guests on the Opie and Anthony show, and it's like I'm sure people have made this point before. It's kind of hacky, but when you think about it, it's like, man, imagine if you could go back in time and hand Patrice a tape of Opie's podcast where he sits there and copes all day, and acts like his life isn't over, and the way that Patrice would just fucking light his ass up, like it's a fucking gay points of ache, I know, but it's like, just imagine he used to be working with these sorts of comedic titans, and those same comedic titans would never stop laughing if they knew just how bad things had gotten for Opie.
The confidence that Patrice had in that moment, like, you know what I'm saying? We've all been there. You're kind of like a deer in headlights the first time you get one of those opportunities.
and yeah, well, I mean, yeah, to stand
Patrice,
up and go,
like in terms of like that moment is like as a
Can we get
fan.
this? Can we pull this?
Pull it up.
I hear it.
it's and the flip side of that, one of the craziest moments I ever saw on the show was when Chris Rock came on Opie and Anthony and told Patrice why his career sucked.
That sucked.
That sucked.
Yeah.
But it was
What
one
did
of
he
the
say?
most
Give me
interesting. One of the most
Oh, it's hard
interesting.
to work with, yeah.
One of the most interesting pieces of radio.
My first time on Opie and Anthony, it was at XM when it wasn't serious, and I went in, and I felt disgusting after I left. They were doing the wiffle ball bat challenge.
I remember that.
Where they would stick a wiffle ball bat up a girl's vagina and see how far they could get it, but there was other marks on it, and the wiffle ball bat was different colors.
Yeah, that was when
From pussy
like
acid?
your trigger throw up thing.
Yeah, but they hung it on the
after
wall. It was a Pete Rose bat.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's very funny.
It was. I was just like watching this, like, how the fuck are they doing this?
Yeah.
It was a great little, and everyone had very different personalities. Like Anthony was, Anthony was
Whip about Wednesday.
You see, this is what the LCU should be doing, okay? They're always doing these like goofy stunts where it's like, oh, Boogie's gonna fucking go out and say racist things to people on the street or some shit. They need to be sticking wiffle balls up women's vaginas. Now that's content right there.
fucking funny, dude.
Yeah.
Remember
Wiffle ball bats, not the wiffle ball. I guess that wouldn't be that interesting. Probably not as big as a fist.
about Wednesday?
Yeah,
those
They
stickers
had
are
the
everywhere.
stickers, and the chicks would
Stickers
show their
everywhere.
tits everywhere.
Everywhere.
When chicks were cool,
Yeah,
they would show their tits.
yeah, ladies,
I
come
think
on.
girls showing their tits are back.
At
We get a lot of tits at Skankfest.
At Skankfest.
Yeah, but they're all fucking
I barely
disgusting.
saw any tits at Skank.
I
Animals.
saw a lot of tits.
Oh, I don't have
They were mainly guys, though.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, they have a whole fucking thing up on YouTube.
I mean, yeah. Is Opie making that money?
No, and they'd probably get it stricken if they found out the name of the channel. So don't say
It's
it
right there.
loud.
It's Archivio.
Oh, what's
What
wrong
are
with
you
you?
doing,
What's wrong with you?
Because they're gonna pull it. Opie's the kind of guy that would
Dan,
get that pull.
Dan, no, he's not.
First of all, I guess
Stop being
there's no
a
ads on.
lawyer.
There's no ads on
You
the
don't
video.
care. You don't care.
I want to listen to him.
Can I say
It's the
something?
channel I listen to. It's my video games.
Listen to me.
I don't want it being taken from me,
Dan.
Bobby.
This has been up multiple times. People keep on putting it up.
See, like Dan Soder, professional comedian who still has very successful podcasts and a very successful comedy career, is listening to Opie and Anthony in his spare time because it's such legendary radio. By no fault of Opie's, unfortunately.
I know this is our channel.
Zarchivo. And
I'm saying.
he doesn't even have it monetized. This guy's a fucking G because he's not even trying to make money. By the way, I don't mind if you take our clips and you fucking want to put them out and you want to share them. It's fine. But you don't deserve the money for them. People put full episodes of the podcast out trying to like fuck, and then they
Does
monetize
Gas
it.
Digital take care of that?
Yeah, of course.
Oh.
Yeah.
They don't take care of us, right, boys?
Hey, yeah. Can't
Kidding. I don't really know the narrative. I'm just jumping in. So can we hit play, or are we fucking
this video or
looking
just
at
audio?
things?
It's audio.
Audio.
Probably
Well, there's
the
got
radio.
chapters over there. Where's
What's
the
that?
moment that he comes in?
What'd you say?
It's right in the beginning.
They had video on the show, stupid.
Not the first time Patrice was on.
Patrice to
Yeah, the camera was in there after.
Patrice is a really funny guy. I met Patrice a few times there at
I
Caroline.
can't.
How lucky is Anthony?
Wow, listen to young Opie. That was Anthony just now, but the one before him was Opie. Opie when he still had life in his soul.
I have a photo of him after his hair weave.
As a human.
Shout out.
Funnier than you? Yes.
Oh boy. He goes, yes.
Ask anybody.
Wait, you guys listen to it? I can't hear. I can't.
Ask anybody who hasn't seen me.
Joey,
and
kidding?
seen Voss, they know I'm funny. I like when
He goes, ask anybody that's seen me and Voss who's funnier. This is 30 seconds in.
Right. Lenny Bruce got more new jokes.
Because Lenny Bruce got more new jokes than Vince Voss.
With the same material that he said. That, no, Voss
Yeah, get them together. Bring them back.
Dude, here's the thing. All right, it's fine. We don't,
Yeah, wait a
go
second.
listen to this.
Wait a minute. Was Opie and Anthony funny, or was just Patrice funny? Do we have to just get Patrice back?
Yeah, bring Patrice back.
I think people hate on Opie. I think Opie did a great job at fucking point guarding that fucking shit.
100%.
You know, and I think the point guard is an underappreciated role.
Not on
a
this podcast.
Yeah. No, look.
We love you.
We praise you.
We love you.
We lift you up.
Yeah, we lift you up and hold you in the air.
We're employees.
You see, the thing is though, with the point guard's supposed to actually also be funny and like be able to get a couple lines in, and Opie struggled with that.
But if I was with you guys for 15 more years, I would start being bitter. See how much property I have?
Actually, no, you've been with us for 15
I have
years.
been.
You're not
We've never
bitter.
gotten bitter. No, he was insecure because I think, you know, Anthony and Jim started really having like this dynamic.
Oh my God, when they get cooking.
Yeah, but know what it is? It's resentment. They didn't talk about it, fight about it. Like we fight. We all have shit. We talk
We
about
call
it,
each other
up,
yeah.
and air it out. They never walking home with them was the worst because if you walk home with him, you're talking about him.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, why don't you just call him and just say this?
So I have with all of you had a serious conversation at one point where we were like, yo, what's fucking going on? Like whatever it is.
Yeah.
Gets you hot in the kitchen. We have a moment, right? With every one of you. I know you've had it with every one of us.
Not Dan.
I disagree.
I'm kidding.
Have you had it with everybody?
Without not Joe.
You guys have never had a serious like, hey, what the fuck?
Maybe at some point. Maybe when we were drinking. I don't know.
It was no.
No.
I don't think so.
Wow.
Me and Joe.
We've all
Yeah, you two are the problem. It's like bananas that we're having this dialogue. Yeah, you two are very difficult.
Joe, I was
people
wondering if you were
to
waiting for
frustrate
to me
Joe,
going. Is he gonna make something
yeah,
up? to
like
it?
Joe,
maybe.
first of all, you have to be honest. Not in a long time.
Well, you've gotten a bit
Bobby, I will tell
better.
you,
Lewis,
since you have had Max and like gotten
Max
through
is
that.
like 15. What are you crazy?
He's 12.
12.
But I'm saying that was when the volume started coming down.
Yes.
Because before Max, you were terrible.
Yeah, when he had
You
James,
used
the
to-
volume went up.
Yes. Yeah, and then it came down, and then it went back up, and then it came down. But you
Well,
started.
no, but when he's with B, the volume goes up. 3 days a week, volume's low.
Dan and I's private conversations are all like, what the fuck was up with Lewis? That's crazy.
Were they gonna fight? And they go, I don't know. And then we just start talking sports.
We're
Yeah.
passionate.
Yeah.
So there you go. You know, a bunch of successful comedians doing a fucking show that they're making money on. And they want to see Opie and Anthony get back together because everyone does, right? And it's like it's a weird like fool's proposition because nobody remembers the fact because like it's been so long that like nobody in the like nobody quite remembers what the contributions were. Like they're listening to clips and whatever, but they're not really thinking in depth about who's contributing. They're just like, yeah, Opie and Anthony. This is a great show. But the thing is, like, it was Jim and Anthony. That was the show. And like this Opie and Anthony reunion concept, like obviously Opie goes on the air, somebody mentions it, and Opie's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do a show with Anthony. I hate Anthony. I'm gonna do my own show and not be successful at all. Because it's so easy, right? If you worked with someone, right? Redox, imagine if you had a successful radio host with Mo. The radio show with Mo. You hate Mo. I hope you're still here. I hope that one viewer's you, or else. But for the rest of it, this is just a general hypothetical. Imagine Redox hates this individual named Mo. Imagine if you and Mo had a radio show together in the distant past, and it was very successful. And like they didn't mention it this year, but like previously they've offered them like 6-figure paychecks to do Skankfest, to do a Skankfest Opie and Anthony reunion. Can you imagine, Redox, if somebody was like, I will give you $100,000 to like go on stage and do some comedy with Mo, and you were a comedy radio guy, and Mo was your old co-host, and you still hated him just as much, you would do it, right? For like $100K just to talk to a guy you don't like for an hour? Like, are you fucking serious? I would do a lot of things for $100K that are a lot worse than doing comedy with a guy you hate. I already do comedy with a guy I hate. His name is Mo. I'm kidding. I would do it. Exactly. Like, it's not... It's obvious. It's so obvious. Just to pretend to like a guy for an hour? Yeah! You just have to pretend to not fucking despise him. Do a little comedy. There's gonna be other comedians involved, so it's not like you even have to be one on one. Just, put yourself in old times a little bit. Have yourselves a good old time. But it doesn't matter at the end of the day, because Opie barely contributed to that show. And Jimmy and Anthony work together all the time. And that's what we want to see anyway. They don't have a show together, which I would like. They should start a weekly podcast because it would print endless. Just call it the Jimmy and Anthony Show. Have like the same like yellow logo, yellow text on black background logo, but it's Jimmy instead of Opie, and that shit would make fucking bajillions. Mo wouldn't do that because he's so full of himself. Uh, should I call Mo? He might be in bed. I kind of want to ask him. Is he online? No, he's asleep. He's definitely asleep. But I think he would do it. It's not yellow. What's not yellow? Did I miss something? Oh no, it is yellow. All live mode. You know what? No, I'm not gonna ambush him like that. I was just gonna call him on like on his phone on Google Voice live on the podcast, but I don't want to fucking put him on air if he's half asleep and pissed. Calling me always makes you feel bad for being eepy. I mean, that's true, but I'm not gonna fucking fuck with that guy. It's fine. I'm sure he would do it. I'll ask him next time I see him. Oh, it's not yellow endless Jess. Fuck. How did I miss that? It's not yellow. Do you think Endless Jess would take $100,000 to go on stage with Monkey Jones? That's an interesting hypothetical. But anyway. So yeah, we don't need the Opie and Anthony reunion. Jim and Anthony are already going on each other's shows all the time. We just gotta hope that they start doing something together more regularly. Nobody fucking needs Opie or cares about Opie. So that's the bottom line. But recently, Opie has been trying his hands at a new little duo. This has been going on for like a year or two. It's not new, but it might be over. Chad, Opie has been doing a show with this comedian by the name of Ron Berman, also goes by Ron the Waiter, is like his fun nickname because he is a waiter also, because he's an unsuccessful comedian. He's kind of a loser. He's not that funny. Occasionally he'll be like charming, especially in contrast to Opie. A lot of the Opie haters have started to embrace Ron just because he's not as much of a fucking hateful like sack of garbage as goddamn Opie. Like he can have a smile on his face and not be such like a fucking hateful prick. But recently there's a controversy where apparently Anthony tried to insert himself. So you can relate with this waiter guy, true. So Anthony tried to insert himself into this Opie and Ron partnership, tried to put himself in the middle, and it caused a rift. He's literally you. Shut up. It caused a rift that may be unrepairable, folks. So I'm gonna take you through the tale of the potential end of the Opie and Ron show, as brought about by Anthony Cumia, or was it? Let's find out more, shall we? Speaking of Anthony Cumia and Jim Norton, there they are on Jim Norton's podcast. I would recommend that episode. Jim Norton Can't Save You, great show. I listen to it every week. Always happy to see those two together. But what happened? Here's Opie and Ron. Here's the contrast. Anthony and Jim, they're old, but they look together. They look, they look okay. Look at fucking Opie. he looks so disheveled and upset. But what happened? What happened, folks? Let's find out. I didn't speed this one up because it's less than 2 minutes long.
I've tuned into Anthony's stuff. Dude, they talk nonsense.
I wouldn't know.
And you can tell because they do that fake laughter when the other person talks. Oh, they give fake laughter to each other because it's so bad.
Ron, these guys want to love you, so don't go after Anthony. They want to love you.
By the
Little
way,
advice
Anthony's
for
a big
you.
fan of mine.
They want
So
to
just to let you know.
love you. They want to love you, so don't go after Anthony.
Hold on.
My point is, I don't know what Anthony does. I don't know if he's good. I don't know if he's bad. I don't know if he's still fake laughing like he did a lot back in the day. I have no idea.
Can I say this?
Yeah.
Anthony has DM'd me several times.
Of course he has.
Say, I love your work.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah. You're
Right.
obviously a very intelligent guy.
Right.
Keep it up. I enjoy watching you
Oh
guys.
my, what?
Very intelligent. Wow, very funny, very intelligent. A lot of nice words from Anthony Cumia to Ron the Waiter. Sent him a nice DM. And this is how Opie's gonna react.
Why is he watching us? I don't watch him. That's fucking creepy.
Oh, he
Going
watches.
on Facebook and seeing what your ex is up to. Oh, what is she up to? Oh my God, does she have a new man in her life? Oh, why would you watch me? Clip it.
Okay, good. You see, I first heard this clip on Who Are These Podcasts, and I thought that was somebody else saying clip it. I'm glad that Opie's at least that self-aware. Like, why would you watch me? Yes, Opie. Why indeed?
By the way, there's a lot of podcasts that are watching us, and some of their and like a big portion of their podcast is commenting on our show. So we're doing something.
Have fun, you weirdos. If Anthony's DMing you, trust me, I know we're onto something. He did the same shit to Carl. The fucking
Anthony
weird, dude. It's weird. I couldn't tell you what Anthony does.
By the way,
Not
Anthony,
one of these fucking guys on Facebook. What's my ex up to? Oh my God.
Opie, I don't know what your problem is, Anthony. He's so nice to me.
Weird, dude.
Opie, he's so nice to me. I don't know what your problem is. He thinks I'm smart. He thinks I'm funny. He's he's inviting.
You're very smart and funny, Ron the Waiter. So yeah, so he gets this nice DM. You know, everything's great. But Anthony hears about this. Of course, Anthony, by the way, does not watch Opie's show as much as they seem to think he does. The first time he heard about this little conversation that took place was when they played the clip on Who Are These Podcasts, and he was listening to Who Are These Podcasts, a good show with people who are funny. So Anthony now has to give his response on his show to this whole situation. And what is he gonna say, folks? Is he gonna reiterate all the nice things that he said about Ron in that DM? Let's find out.
I just wanted to address something, and these motherfuckers always rope me in. And by these motherfuckers, I'm talking about Greg Opie Hughes and his new on-air partner, Ron the Waiter. Godspeed to them. I never wish any ill will upon anybody, except maybe Stuttering John, but no ill will. You know, they do a show together, and more power to you. Because I've always said, everyone that watches this show knows, I've always said, the more podcasts, the better. What we need as a society, more podcasts. So they're doing something over there, and that's great. Have at it. But the Opster, and this has been an issue with the Opster, he feels compelled to believe anything people say in the chat.
I believe anything people say, which is the reason behind that is because the only time that Opie gets any clicks or views or engagement is when he's talking about Opie and Anthony. He's shit talking Anthony, you know, whatever the fuck it may be, something to do with Anthony or the Opie and Anthony show in general or Jim Norton. So every time somebody comes in his chat and says, "Did you know Anthony said this? Did you know Anthony did this?" He buys it every time, because then he gets to complain about Anthony more, which gets the clicks and the views. You see how that works? You see, it's the cycle. But Opie acts like Anthony's the obsessed ex. It's a fucking brilliant case study into projection.
chat or in a DM or if Ron the Waiter is saying it. So on one of their previous shows, Ron the Waiter, he's from Boston, said to Opie that Anthony, your ex-partner, your ex-partner, Anthony, he DM'd me. He DM'd me and said that he thinks I'm doing a great job. And I never DM'd, text, nothing, Ron the Waiter. Irregardless of how I feel about this guy, I never DM'd him. Until today. Today I DM'd him on Facebook. I never use my Facebook, but it's the only way I could DM him. And I explained to him that this is indeed the authentic Anthony. You were bamboozled by a fake account, and you had told Greg that I was DMing you. And as you could tell, because this is my account, I've never DM'd you before. And I said, Greg gets very agitated or something, whatever word I used. So I would hope you'd clear this misconception up with as much energy as you started it with, on the show. Because Opie was on there going, because Ron said that I DM'd him, and then Opie gets on and starts saying like, why are you DMing him? Why would you do that? I don't even know what he does, and he's DMing you. And he just believes, unless it's something about him that he doesn't want people to know, then he won't believe it. And he'll go that it's all lies, made up, that's not true. But anything else is absolutely true. All you got to do is DM him or send him a super chat, or Ron the Waiter can get DM'd by a fake account and tell him, or Ron the Waiter was just straight up bullshitting and lying about the whole thing. I don't know. So I sent that to Ron the Waiter, and then I texted Opie. I texted the Opster. And this was what I wrote right here. One of your problems is that you believe everything anyone tells you. I've never DM'd Ron. You hear something and run with it like it's the truth. That is my post. No exclamation points. Just one of your problems is that you believe everything anyone tells you. I've never DM'd Ron. You hear something and run with it like it's the truth. That was the entire text. So apparently he was on with Ron saying that I angrily texted him in the middle of the night. The time code is here, 10:30 p.m.
Angry text in the middle of the night. It's 10:30 p.m. in the middle of the night. Chat, I'm gonna have to scratch my chin on that one and say, Opie, I don't know about the middle of the night. I think we'll actually hear this rant that Anthony's talking about in a later clip, or at least a version of it. The way he spins things, just like Anthony sends him a context to like clear up a misunderstanding, and he's like, oh, he's angry, he's texting me in the middle of the night.
10:30 p.m. is the middle of the night for a baby or someone in hospice care.
Correct.
10:30 is pretty early in the evening. He read it at 4:12 a.m., so maybe he thought I had just sent it. I don't know who is up at the ungodly hour of 4:12 a.m., unless you're up from the night before, but that's the middle of the night for me, is 4:12 a.m. But 10:35 p.m., I texted him a very level-headed, not angry post. But again, he just gets it in his head that I'm, you motherfucker, at 3 in the morning, I'm all drunk. That's his, like the image he conjures up, and it becomes gospel. That becomes what it actually is. So between him and Ron the Waiter with this stuff, like I figured I would just clear it up, But yeah, I never DM'd him. I wish them only the best in their future podcasting endeavors, and that's it. That's the way it goes. But like I said, I don't know if he's lying or something. If Ron was just trying to get Opie all agitated. Yeah, who was it? It was Pat Dixon. Pat Dixon texted me and said that he said that I was texting him angrily in the middle of the night. I'm going to be in Vegas for Hackamania, April 9th, 10th.
Packamania. That's not really super relevant to this. Cool event if you want to see some podcast comedy in Vegas. But biggest problem in the universe isn't going to be there this year, so unfortunate, tragic. Vito fucked that one up. But yeah, so no DM. This is obviously like a fake Anthony account, or Ron made it up to fuck with Opie, which would be funny. People have been wondering whether Ron was like a double troll agent, and whether he's kind of in on the joke with like the WATP guys and stuff. And it's possible. This would be fun because this did blow up the whole show. Like this one fucking dumb little troll really fucking caused the whole ripple effect because Opie is obsessed with Anthony and not the other way around. But so Opie gets this text from Anthony, and he goes on the air with Ron. I actually don't know if it was before or after the text, but like I think it was after the text because he doesn't know if he believes Ron or not. Either way, they talked about these DMs. They had a little confrontation about these DMs. Let's see what happened, folks. This one is sped up because it's a lot longer.
Anthony Cumia.
Who DMs you?
There's a podcast that watches me religiously.
But Anthony DMs you.
Anthony, honestly, I don't know what your problem is with Anthony. He is so complimentary to me. Like, he's almost like a father figure. He's like the father I never had. Always complimenting me. By the way, literally, dude, I think you're so smart and funny. And you're so smart, you play like you're not smart. Opie doesn't understand what he has with you.
That's what Anthony said. Wait, let me play the video. Let me play the video because
Which video?
Because where you talked about this because people are talking, bro. You get, I mean, the good, you want people talking, right? What was it, 2 days ago or yesterday? I don't even remember. You were talking about Anthony DMing you. So let's play the video. All right. Here it is from yesterday.
Tune into Anthony's. Dude, they talk nonsense.
I wouldn't know.
And you can tell because they do that fake laughter when the other person's like, oh, they give fake laughter to each other because it's so bad.
Ron, these guys want to love you, so don't go after Anthony. They want to love you.
By the way, Anthony's a big fan of mine.
They want to love you.
Watching a clip of his own show, by the way. I could maybe like a show from years ago. I could see that like a sort of reminiscing thing, but but you would hope that most people that are there. Well, I guess you wouldn't hope that. You hope for a new audience, I guess. But like, I don't think you need to play a clip from your show. You can say, "Hey, if you're interested in the backstory, we talked about it on this episode." It seems weird to react to your own clips from like a couple of days prior. I don't know if that's just me.
Yeah, they want to love you, so don't go after Anthony.
Hold on.
My point is, I don't know what Anthony does. I don't know if he's good. I don't know if he's bad. I don't know if he's still fake laughing like he did a lot back in the day. I have no idea.
Can I say this?
Yeah.
Anthony has DM'd me several times.
Of course he has.
Saying, I love your work.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah. You're
Right.
obviously a very intelligent guy.
Right.
Keep it up.
Right.
I enjoy watching you
Oh
guys.
my, why is he watching us? I don't watch him. That's fucking creepy.
Oh, he
Went on
watches.
Facebook and see what your ex is up to. Oh, what is she up to? Oh my God, does she have a new man in her life? Oh, why would you watch me? Clip it.
By the way, there's a lot of podcasts that are watching us, and some of their and like a big portion of their podcast is commenting on our show. So we're doing something.
Have fun, you weirdos. If Anthony's DMing you, trust me, I know we're onto something. He did the same shit to Carl. The fucking weird, dude. It's weird. I can't tell you what Anthony does.
By the way,
Some of
Anthony.
these fucking guys on Facebook. What's my ex up to? Oh my God.
Opie, I don't know what your problem is, Anthony. He's so nice to me.
Weird, dude.
Opie, he's so nice to me. I don't know what your problem is. He thinks I'm smart. He thinks I'm funny. He's so like he's inviting.
There you go, Ronnie Babes. Wait, where are you? All right, there you go. Well, that video,
he's like the father I never had.
Well, that video got a lot of people talking yesterday, Ronnie Babes.
Oh, really?
A lot of people talking. They're like, why is Anthony DMing Ron? That is weird.
He did.
And I got my people, and they're like, that's weird. What's going on there that Anthony is DMing Ronnie Babes?
I don't think, all right, this is what I think.
Yeah.
I don't think he wants you to have any more success.
Oh, damn.
And this is working. This actually, over the couple of years, is actually taking off.
Right.
And I'm sure it's like
Not working. It's not taking off. Let's be clear about that. It is not working or taking off. They make some. There's been this thing actually, as much. Let's talk about the situation with Ron Day, real quick. So Opie and Ron do this show together, and I don't think Ron gets regularly paid. I think Opie just takes all the super chats and shit. Ron's just in it for the love in the game, like the promotion of his like stand-up gigs, I guess, because he thinks Opie's still relevant in some way. But he doesn't get paid, except sometimes they have like Ron Day. And how Ron Day works, this is something Opie came up with himself. He's like, he sends super chats to the show. And all the super chats go to Ron. And I'll also match them. So I'll double the amount with my own money. And I will pay Ron that money. So people are showing up and super chatting because they want Opie to have to give Ron a lot of money because they know that he's not going to be happy about that. And then he did in fact spend weeks fucking ducking and dodging and making excuses about giving Ron his money. Then he said he was gonna do it again, and then he's been like all like fidgety about doing it again, and like he moved it, and now we might never have a Ron day again. It's tragic. What will we do without our Ron the waiter?
Your ex-lover, you don't want to do you want to see your ex-lover like do well or like remarry and be very happy? I think Anthony doesn't want his ex-lover, Opie, to have a new man in his life.
Well,
I'm your new man.
well,
And
I'm-
fucking Anthony is jealous.
Well, I'm a
He's
little-
jealous of this beautiful connection we have.
I'm a little jealous. You got, I'm trying to do something here, and Anthony's DMing. Like, how many times has he DM'd you, Rod?
Honestly, it's none of your fucking business. What DM is meant to be private, but very complimentary. By the way, you said he did that to Kyle, didn't he?
You're being a little aggressive right now about this. It's a simple question. It's a simple question. How many times has he DM'd you, Rod?
Sorry. That's irrelevant. It's the context.
Because people are talking, Ron. People are talking. They're reaching
And
out.
what are they saying?
Well, one of the people that wrote me is Anthony.
Yeah, God.
He's got hot off the presses. He gets to talk about Anthony. Yay! He's got Anthony Cumia in the title, which means he's actually getting views. Hey, can we do an experiment real quick? 1 second. Open link a new tab. Let's look at the Opie Radio YouTube channel videos. We're going to sort this by popular. Okay. Opie and Anthony clip. Opie and Anthony clip. Okay, this is an Opie Radio clip. Artie Lang and Howard Stern. Makes sense. Joe Biden. I believe this is an Opie and Anthony clip, or at least Opie and Jim. Opie and Anthony. A whole lot of Opie and Anthony. So it's all like actual Opie and Anthony clips. But then let's look at his latest views. Okay, 12 views on this. 158 views because of Ron the Waiter update. 146. There's the name of some sort of celebrity in this. 96. 2.4K because it's about Anthony Cumia. 1.7K about Anthony Cumia. So this is the only way he gets fucking attention. It's sad. And then he claims that Anthony's the jilted lover. I don't get it. I would love to have a conversation with Opie and just try to because I always feel like people are asking the wrong question. Whenever these people get confronted, I'm like, nah, I would phrase that a different way. Like, it seems like you're asking it in a way that gives him an opportunity to kind of wiggle his way out of it. Not that I don't think Opie's taken many interviews about the subject of Anthony and how he handles him in the post Opie and Anthony time.
Is Anthony. I had to wake up to this shit this morning, Ron. I woke up at 4. First thing I do is check my phone. And I
Hi,
got a
Anthony.
text from Anthony. Remember I said I had something juicy, Ron?
Oh, wait,
Remember I had something juicy, Ron?
you guys have each other's numbers?
I haven't received a text from him in a while, Ron.
So you still have each other's numbers.
Well,
Hi, Anthony.
and he's one of the people that reached out about Anthony DMing Ron.
Hi, Anthony.
And the text is, one of your problems is that you believe everything anyone tells you. But as soon as Anthony wrote, one of your problems is I didn't listen any further because I'm like, the amount of problems Anthony has, he shouldn't be giving me advice on the problems I might have.
By the way, that is such an angry way to open up a text. That is so passive aggressive. He opened up the text by saying, not only do you have a lot of fucking problems, here's another one.
Right. But someone like Anthony telling me I got problems, it's stupid coming from him. It made me actually chuckle. But the next part, Ryan, the next part is the
Anthony is a very successful radio guy. Like, whatever, he's got problems. He's a little bit racist. A little bit on the wrong side of history as far as politics are concerned. But he's on the radio and he's making money and he's got a very devout following who don't all think he's a fucking idiot man now and are just there to point and laugh at him. Seems like you might have a couple more problems, Opie. I'm just saying.
juicy stuff, Ryan.
Go.
The next part is the juicy stuff. I've never DM'd Ron. You hear something and run with it like it's the truth.
He DM'd me. Maybe you don't remember. I could find it, but he actually, it says Anthony Cumia. He DM'd me.
Once again, from Anthony, who doesn't text me. I don't text him. I texted him after his major heart surgery. We were at peace, and then he went back to trashing me. But besides that, I don't text the guy. He doesn't text me. Once again, he said, I've never DM'd Ron. You hear something and run with it like it's the truth. Now he's mad at me because of your possible lies, Ron. I'll say your possible lies.
Anthony Cumia. Anthony, I hope you're listening. Anthony Cumia has absolutely said.
In
Ron,
DMs? In DMs?
I think he DM'd me. He's absolutely said. I'm pretty sure. He absolutely said.
The beauty is he's now mad at me for something you said. Of course he's mad at me. Of course. And the funny thing is the amount of horseshit he has said about me for the last 20 years. Oh.
Not mad. You just saw the clip. I don't know if mad is what I would like. It's the you mad game. These old boomers who are famous for being on the radio 30 years ago are playing the you mad game. This is the world we live in.
Oh man, maybe I got one of them wrong.
Anthony?
On Opie's end more than Anthony, but I'm just saying.
Cumia 100% said, I am highly intelligent and I play it off like I'm not, and I'm very, very funny. Right. And I'm the reason the show is doing well. He absolutely said that.
All right, where did he say it? Did he DM you?
I think it was in a DM, but he said it.
I think. You got Anthony mad at me, and now you're saying I think.
Hold on, Anthony got mad at you? He's already mad at you. He started off the text by saying, besides many of your fucking things I don't like about you, fucking Greg Hughes.
Don't deflect, Brad. Don't deflect. It's about you right now. Did you get a... I'm running out of battery.
Do me and Greg Opie Hughes have the same ring light? It looks very familiar in that reflection. That would be a weird, funny coincidence.
Which is very interesting when this thing shuts off. Fuck. I need a power cord.
Isn't there some sort of fancy rich person ring light that's better than the fucking like $20 Amazon Essentials one fucking Alex bought me? Because that one looks about like that one.
But did he DM you, Ron? All you have to do is show the DM.
Yeah, but how do I do it? It's on my phone.
Well, you're going to have to, I guess you could send it to me after the show. It'll be a cliffhanger for tomorrow's show.
Let me tell you something right now what's going on. Anthony Cumia is pulling some strings around here. I know what he fucking did, too. I'm on to you, dude. By the way, when you say I'm...
He sniffed you out with his fucking gigantic nose. He smells some trouble, Anthony. You better fucking watch yourself.
I'm smart, I really am. One of your radio personalities, Jake and Louie, the trans... How do you say transvilicus?
The what?
How do you say when you have the puppet in your hand? Like Jeff Dunham? What's it called?
Oh, I don't know.
Ventriloquism?
Yeah, tranquillism.
How do you say it?
I'm not going to let you off the hook. I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on. You got Anthony angrily texting me in the middle of the night just because I believed you, Ron. I'm going to listen to you, but I got to find a... Just talk, Ron. I'm in the room. Ron.
I know, but I forgot. What was I talking about? Where you going?
I'm in the room.
Anthony, if you can hear me, let's make some magic together. Come on. Anthony, I need the numbers. Shh, don't say anything to Opie. Oh, he's back! Anthony, shh.
Ron, he's saying he never DM'd you. This is a little weird. I'm just minding my own business. I get an angry text from Anthony in the middle of the night, Ron. In the middle of the night.
Anthony Cumia is publicly saying, and I think he DM'd me.
Now there's thinking. It says I never DM'd Ron.
No. And by the way, is he going to deny that he fucking said it? On the show. He said, very funny, highly intelligent, blah, blah, blah. Congratulated me on my success.
Yeah.
It was said. What difference does it make where it was said? Hello?
Well, you said DM. He's mad.
I think I have to check later.
He's mad.
I'm pretty sure there's an Anthony Cumia on my DM. I'm pretty sure. And I know he's pulling strings, bro, because I do a month.
Puppet master. What Ron doesn't know is that the puppet master is actually just some random retard pretending to be Anthony Cumia that's caused this whole fucking meltdown. Why is this news? How? Whatever, man. They should be above this sort of shit, wouldn't you think? Or at least Opie should be. I don't know about Ron. I don't think he has any significant credentials to his name like Opie has the Opie and Anthony show.
Show. And one of the comics is Jake and Louie. He does the ventriloquism. I can't even say it.
Right.
And he's Team Anthony. And I knew it. And it was weird. He reached out to me. He DM'd me. Jake and Louie DM'd me and said, hey, man, I love. Hey, by the way, I know Anthony was behind it. So Jake and Louie DM'd me to be on my show. And goes, hey, I love what you're doing with Opie. I love how you give it to him. Dude, I love watching it. I would actually love to be on your next show.
Yeah.
An hour before the show, he goes, I can't make it. Sorry. Like that. And I was like, oh, dude, I just got punked. An hour before the show, he goes, something came up. Can't make it. Bye.
All right.
He didn't even say sorry. He didn't even say sorry. Something came up. Bye.
Ron, you're spiraling. It's a simple thing. Did he or didn't he not DM you? Because now he's mad at me. I had nothing to do with this.
What the fuck do you care if he's mad at you? What are you? What are you, the tail between your legs? What the fuck do you care? He's already mad at you. I don't want him to be mad at me.
Ron, that goes without saying. But I wake up to an angry DM because I believed you and you said that he DM'd you.
I think he did. I actually think he did. And by the way, I know Anthony Cumia was absolutely responsible for having Jake and Louie DM me and go, dude, I love how you give it to Opie.
Because Anthony DM'd him. He's now sending his agents to DM him. He's sending in the cavalry. He's called for backup in this matter.
Can I please do your show? And an hour before the show says, I can't make it without apologizing. That's Anthony. And Anthony's also, what are you doing?
I'm trying to plug in because if I don't plug in, we're gonna be done. But I don't have the proper fucking thing.
Dude, you look like you're fucking stroking out. You're back and forth. It looks like you're in a fucking earthquake.
Plug in. I got 5% on my computer. That's the whole thing. I told you.
So plug it in.
Don't get a charger from somewhere else. This might work. I don't know. All right, continue, Ron.
And I know Anthony Cumia.
Right.
And I know Anthony Cumia is the puppet master for that fucking podcast. Can I say it?
I don't. Whatever you want to do, Ron.
Yeah, fine. I know Anthony is the fucking puppet master for that. Is it WATP, that pro tennis tour acronym? It sounds like a women's pro tennis tour, semi-pro actually. I know Anthony Cumia is pulling the strings on WATP because several times a day I get DM'd by them fucking trying to woo me to them. They have offered me a full-time job. They want me the fuck away from you.
By the way, I don't have the clip, but Carl said that he definitely did not. The guy who runs WATP, the real puppet master of WATP, the host of WATP, did not offer Ron a full-time job. Maybe some silly WATP fan said, "Come on, Carl, hook you up," but Carl will not, in fact, hook you up, Ron.
Truly wants me the fuck away from you. Anthony Cumia, WATP, on a daily basis says, Opie doesn't appreciate you. All he does is bash you. We love you, Ron. We appreciate your talent. You bring everything to the show. All he does is interrupt you, and we'll actually pay you. That's Anthony Cumia. Anthony's devious. He's like the guy in The Wizard of Oz behind the curtain. But it's all talk, Anthony. And I do think he DM'd me. I'm gonna check. I think he DM'd me. He may have given me a penis pic. What do you think it looks like? Shaped? Curved? Are you there? Let the DM roll in, baby.
I'm just minding my own business, getting angry text messages from Anthony in the middle of the night because you said that he DM'd you.
Yeah, and by the way, I feel like there's a pattern of that with you. I don't want to upset him. You said that about Jay Okerson too. I don't want to upset Jay.
Yeah,
we're bringing his ex-wife on today.
Yeah, I like Jay.
Carla Okerson. Jay Okerson's
don't throw me under the bus. This is stupid. All I know is I was enjoying my sleep. I woke up, got an angry text from Anthony, and I decided to ask you about it. That's all. Don't spin it and now throw me under the bus. It's about you right now.
Right now, Ron, don't talk to me about what I've done wrong. We're talking about what you did wrong.
All about you, Anthony. I feel like Anthony wants to be in my square.
Well, I'm not doing that.
Matter of fact, Carla Okerson's coming on the show today, Jay Okerson's ex-wife. The last time Anthony and what the fuck's the transvestite's name? Norris? The fuck's his name? Jim Norton.
Right.
I have dyslexia. See, Ballister, it's not just you. I forgot Jim Norton's name. I was thinking blinkety blink blink. See, Barrister, it's not just you, bro. Don't take it personal. Barrister, I need the money. By the way, thank you. Ballister, the 150, I really, thank you. Thank you, Ballister. Thank you. By the way, you know how much I get for unemployment after they take the taxes out? Oh,
I just don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know what you were trying to do by bringing to the show that Anthony was DMing you. That part confuses me. That's all.
What are you trying to do every time you bring in something about Anthony? He's following your strategy, which is talk about Anthony equal views. He's your co-host. He's trying to follow your lead, Opie.
I'm pretty sure he DM'd me.
Why would that matter on any level? That's all.
Who gives a fuck how the message came across?
Everyone's
He's talking about
it became
me.
a big thing yesterday because you said it.
Who
That's
gives a
all.
fuck? Who gives a fuck that Anthony got upset? Do you really care? Do you really care?
I just don't watch you like saying stuff that might not be true. That's all.
This had nothing to do with you. When I say about Anthony is my business. If he reaches out to you, that has nothing to do with me. I don't know why Anthony reaches out to you. Anthony, you've already DM'd me once. Why don't you just DM me again? Anthony, keep Opie out of this. Anthony, keep Opie out of your fucking mouth. You hear me, Anthony? You keep Opie out of your fucking mouth and out of your fucking text.
Your fucking mouth.
Just DM me again, Anthony. What's the big deal?
Wow, Ron, jeez. Ron, what are you doing, Ron?
You know what's weird? Coffee coming out of this mug. It's this. You know what? I think this was the mug from like the Brady Bunch when they were in Hawaii.
I actually watched part of this episode. I do this sometimes. I'll pop in on Opie's stream. I'll send a couple silly chats. I'll try to sit and listen to Opie, but I just can't. Like, unless it's this shit, which I'm just so fascinated by the retarded drama. Like, they were doing mug comparisons and shit, just like talking about their lives, and I just could not sit through it. So I missed this. I could have been here live for this, but the show is just too boring.
And it got cursed. This may be a cursed mug from the Brady Bunch in Hawaii. I know people are going to get that reference. Remember, something was cursed. The coconut.
No, it was the idol.
Mask.
It was. I thought it was an idol that he was wearing around his neck. That Greg Brady was wearing around his neck. Right?
Yeah, I think this was the idol. That's it.
So to summarize, I still say F Anthony.
Yeah, that's right.
For someone to say one of your problems is when we all know how many problems you have, it's so stupid. And to get angry at me because I'm believing the guy that I'm doing a lot of fucking live stream with is stupid me. Yeah, of course I'm gonna hope believe this guy, but now it's turning out that it doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like Anthony actually DM'd you.
Because I'm remembering, I know the message loud and clear, and I'm like, I think the message came through DM. I'm pretty sure.
All right.
First of all, what the fuck? By the way, I'm going to say it again. It has nothing to do with you.
There's no reason to be mad at me.
That's what I'm saying, Anthony. Anthony, keep your ex-boyfriend out of it. You understand me? He's mine now. No. Anthony, he's my bitch.
No.
It's prison rules, Anthony. He's mine now.
That's
Anthony, can I tell you something? Because he's such fair skin.
This is why I'm a recluse, everyone. This is why I live 500 feet above the streets of New York.
Anthony, he's my bitch now. Just to let you know, Anthony, because he's fair skinned, he doesn't have a brown eye. He has a pink eye right in his tushy.
What?
He's got a pink eye.
You're spiraling, Ron. You're spiraling. You're spiraling.
Yeah, I'm under stress.
What?
I said I'm under stress.
Well, I mean, but I'll say this. When you do a live stream, you hear a lot of things. I am secure enough to know that most of the things I've heard Anthony say about me are true. It's not going to be perfect, obviously. So for him to get mad because this might not be true, I have hundreds of other things that he said about me that I know for a fact are true. So yeah, Anthony, to get mad at me is ridiculous. I mean, the people could go online and see all the horrible things you have said about me for the last 20 years.
Opie had nothing to do with it. Why are you bothering Opie? I can't see. Just DM me again, Anthony. Jesus Christ.
Just show the DM and we're good, Ron. That's all.
I can't. I'm on the phone. I'll have to check.
All right.
By the way, I'm going to say it again. 100%. Anthony is dialed into this, and he has commented that I am extremely funny and extremely, what else am I extremely at? Fucking fading, baby.
Lying.
Extremely ugly, extremely big-nosed, extremely annoying. Extremely too close to the camera. I could go on.
Tell it.
Oh my God. It's just endless. All right.
I'm telling you, he has said a few times that I'm highly intelligent, highly funny. And
all right, just show it. You show it, and then he looks like a fool. That's what.
Well, who cares what he looks like?
Just show it. Well, now I'm involved. He's texting me in the middle of the night.
You're involved no matter what because you're involved no matter what. Doesn't matter. You're the new. I'm the new boyfriend. So your first boyfriend was Anthony. Then you broke up with Anthony, and then you started dating.
They were like, "All right, enough. Enough of is enough, Ron." So there you go. So there's the big confrontation between Opie and Ron. Now let's see some aftermath. Opie went live. I don't know how long later this was, but he went live on his own in the morning. I actually once again tuned in for a couple minutes and then tuned out right before the juicy part because it was too boring. because I didn't know the juicy part was coming. I wish they would give me more warning that the show's going to be interesting today. But anyway, let's find out what Opie has to say. Now that Ron's not there to defend himself, how Opie's gonna address this.
Game just sucked. It's too bad. Everyone's asking where Ron is. So things got really weird with Ron. The backstory, I like doing these with Ron. We were having some success, not huge success, some
No shit.
success. The numbers were a little better. And, because of that, I was talking to Ron every day. And he knew my absolute disdain for Anthony Cumia, my absolute disdain. And out of nowhere, Ron started mentioning, I think he mentioned on the live stream, I want to make sure I get this right, at least 2, maybe 3 times. And he mentioned it to me in private as well, that Anthony Cumia, was DMing him. And I'm like, that's fucking weird, because Carl said the same fucking thing. So, I believed it. I've been with Ron long enough. I don't know. I've known Ron a while now, and we've been doing this on a regular basis for a couple of years now. So stupid me, I believed Ron. Which is very important right now. When a guy that you've been working with on a very regular basis tells you on the live stream and off the live stream that Anthony Cumia is DMing him, saying how funny he is and clever he is and how smart he is and how he's carrying the show.
Really bad here, by the way. Like, worse than he did with Ron. He looks like he just fucking broke into this house from the fucking side of the street.
I was like, okay, I believe that. Because I had a similar story with Carl. Carl said Anthony was reaching out to Carl when Carl was still alive. So, yeah, stupid me, I believed it. Which is key to the stupid text that Anthony sent me in the middle of the night. So, I don't know, last week, Ron brought it up again. And I went off, saying how weird it is. I basically said it's like, spying on your ex's Facebook. Oh, I wonder what they're up to, And I did a whole rant on it, how weird and fucked up it was. I was like, this is fucked up. This is weird. What the fuck is he doing? We haven't seen each other, and I lost track. I haven't seen Anthony literally in the flesh in the day he got fired was the last day I ever saw him. So when did he get fired? 2014? So I haven't seen the guy in over 10 years, 11, 12 years. So I ranted about it because Ron brought it onto the show again. And, another backstory about this, like people around me, they're like, what's going on with Ron? Is he a double agent? Is he trolling you? I'm just repeating and getting it all out there. I like to get it all out there when I do these things. I'm like, nah, man, I don't know. I think he's just, trying to get the people talking or whatever. But I did believe Ron that Anthony DM'd me. Stupid me. Because the haters grabbed that and spun that as well. Of course they did. So I did the rant, and then I turned off the live stream, and I uploaded it to my podcast, which is Opie Radio. I appreciate it if you watch or listen to these things on a podcast app. It helps me out a lot. And I thought nothing of it. And then I woke up to do the live stream last week. What was it, Friday? And at 4 a.m, I got this insane fucking angry text from Anthony. And I'm thinking to myself, why are you texting?
Insane. Now it's not even just angry. It's insane, too.
I mean, we don't have a relationship. We're not friends. We don't work together. We haven't seen each other in over a decade. Why are you texting me? And he gives me a talking to. And one of the things he said was, one of your problems is, and I'm just like, oh, God, thank you for reminding me why I don't want anything to do with you. A guy that has a ton of problems is going to tell me what my problems are. One of your problems. What is one of my problems? And he said, one of your problems is that you believe everything.
Ugly. You're washed up. You're cash poor. You live in a city you hate and refuse to move because you think it'll be like the haters winning somehow. Your family, you killed them and are hiding that fact for the general public. I could go on.
People tell you. Now, as far as Anthony is concerned, it's based on the fact that for the last 20 years, he has pretty much said a lot of really shitty fucking things that got back to me, and that can be proven with clips all over the internet. So, yeah, there's a track record there. When someone says Anthony said this or Anthony did this, if I was a betting man, I would believe the person telling me that. Yes, stupid me. But there's history there. And then he writes angrily, I never DM'd Ron. And I'm like, oh my God. So now I'm like, why is Anthony texting me in the middle of the night? That was creepy. I didn't write him back. Why would I? That's stupid. And then I'm like, all right, and now I got a problem with Ron. Like, what the fuck, dudes? I picked a fucked up business. So I confronted Ron. I was going to replay the whole thing today, but you know what? It's pretty much front and center right now on my podcast feed. If you subscribe to Opie Radio, you'll see it.
Followed by advice. before I even gave him the advice. It's like he looked forward in time and he saw a wise philosopher telling him the correct way to proceed.
I think the title's something like "Did Anthony DM Ron?" So you can go back and listen to me confronting Ron, and then Ron starts spiraling. He's spiraling. Well, I think it was a D, and then he's like, "Well, but he said it," and I'm like, "Oh my god!" Because my point here is that I don't know what he was doing by bringing that to the show. That Anthony's DMing him. It's weird. I don't know what that because he knows that I don't get along with Anthony. He knows some of the stuff that Anthony has done to me over the years. So for him to bring it to the show like that, I'm like, what? What is the purpose of this? And then he's like, I go, well, Ron, all you have to do is, all you have to do is send me the DM and we're good, bro. We're good. Because he's like, I swear he said that. I go, well, you know what? Anthony, just like the past when we had all those issues, Anthony only reached out when he had a major issue with me. He never, Anthony rarely, I should say, got to get this right. Anthony rarely just called to say hi. Rarely. In all those years we worked together. It was always when he called, I'm like, oh God, what's the problem?
People describe Opie this way all the time. That like it's like you walk on eggshells around him. He's constantly complaining and bitching. And again, masterclass of protection. Now he's placing that trait onto Anthony.
So when Anthony texted, based on history, just like the other thing, based on history, if someone tells me Anthony said something, I tend to believe it because of all the shit that he did say that I can prove he said. The same is true when he reaches out and says something like, I never DM'd Ron. I believed Anthony immediately, based on past history. So then I'm like, Ron, what's going on, Ron? What's going on, Ron? What's going on? You DM me, I'm telling you. All right, just send the DM. Send the DM. Send the DM. And I don't even know why you bring this up because it was stuff like, you're the whole show. You're funny. You're smart. You're quick. You're clever. All this stuff. Praising Ron and making me look like a fool. And I'm like, Ron, that's weird. What are you doing? And then he's like, and then by the end of it, he's like, well, he said it. I'll find it and send it to you. So after the show ended on Friday, I was like, Ron, man, what the fuck, man? I'm kind of mad. I'm kind of mad. This is weird. You're saying Anthony DM'd you and there's no proof of it. What are you doing? I'll send it to you. And then he never sent it to me. And then you need loyalty, bro. You think? Wow, Tommy Festa, you need loyalty, bro. The worst thing an old sidekick can do is ever get involved in any way with the past show. Anthony is always smack talking. Best way to deal with it is to never talk to or about him. Come on, Ron. You had something great here, especially for Ron. Sorry, bro. I'll be your sidekick. F Anthony, that angry prick. Yeah. I mean, Anthony's the great manipulator. He's insanely good at manipulating and gaslighting. But for him to say like one of your problems is you believe everything people say to you. It's based on the history, Anthony. Holy shit. And to Tommy Festa's point,
So just because Anthony's like done fucked up shit before, you just believe anybody who's ever said that Anthony Cumia has done anything fucked up? That doesn't seem very responsible. But what do I know?
I did enough of these with Ron where we had some deep conversations about what we wanted the show to be like. And I'm going to tell you something. Me and Carl and I, if Scott Watson's still watching, we were very successful after the Opie and Anthony show ended. Did we have numbers like Opie and Anthony? Of course not. But we were doing very well in the podcast world. And we made an effort. We made an effort to put the Opie and Anthony stuff on the side. Were we perfect? No. But the overwhelming majority of the Opie and Carl podcast, which by the way is my other podcast, it's a separate podcast. All the episodes I did with Carl, you can find them wherever you get your podcasts. It's Opie and Carl. But we decided if we're going to grow this fucking thing,
Feed for Opie and Ron, by the way. I guess Carl gets special treatment because he died. That's fair. Rest in peace, Carl Louise. He seemed like he was actually funny. Probably the last competent talent that Opie ever worked with.
we got to do a whole new thing. Opie and Anthony, bring it to the show when it kind of makes sense, but in general, keep it on the side. And that was the same fucking philosophy I told fucking Ron. I lost the Opie and Anthony audience for whatever reason. That's up to the people to decide in the end. I'm not going to fucking try.
Post clips all the time from Opie and half of his podcast is just old O&A. What does he mean? Let's ignore O&A. The O&A crowd is gone. Then stop posting clips from O&A.
Try to defend myself. But the fact is I lost the Opie and Anthony crowd. I told Ron, I lost the Opie and Anthony crowd. So the only way we're going to grow this thing is to just fucking do our own thing and hopefully find, a new audience. He knew all that. So then when he started just kind of peppering in, like Anthony is DMing me and it was more than once, I'm like, what are you doing? This is weird, bro. What's the point of this? To make yourself feel good? That Anthony thinks you're great? So on Friday, I definitely told Ron I wasn't happy. And, I said, look, what will help is if you just send me the DM, that will help. And then we could, And then I'm thinking to myself, we could probably talk our way through this a little bit. You know, it's weird, but okay, shit happens. And then that was in the morning, I think. And then Friday afternoon, he just writes me and says, I don't want to, I think I could say this much. I'll say this much. Yeah, because it's important, I guess. He wrote a little thing, and he says, I'm going to have to take the next week off. I'm like, okay, all right. So he's taking the next week off, and I haven't heard from him since. So I don't know what's going to happen with me and Ron, to be honest with you. It sucks because we definitely had a nice thing going. It wasn't taking off like I would have liked, but it was the numbers were a little better.
There's only one way to do that, Opie, and it involves getting into bed with Anthony Cumia, and you refuse. So nothing's ever gonna take off like you want it to again, pal. That's how it works. When you when you're a guy who's in an and you refuse to be with that and, you risk losing everything, and that's what happened. At the end of the it was a fucking okay. We'll do the wrap up after the clip, huh? Let me not get ahead of myself.
And Ron's taking the next week off. So I don't. I think the next week's going to turn into a couple weeks. I think the next week is going to turn into a month. I don't know when Ron returns, sadly. But it's also, but the whole thing was just so weird. It kind of creeped me out. I'm like, wow, if Anthony's writing me and telling me that he never DM'd Ron based on history, I believe Anthony. I believe him. I believe him. But also, Anthony, based on history, that's why I believed when Ron, a guy that I've been hanging with for a while now, when he says to me that you were DMing him, of course I'm going to believe the guy that I've been hanging with for a while now. Of course I'm going to. So that's where that's at, unfortunately. And some saying Anthony did talk on a show. There's proof. All right. But the point was that Anthony was DMing Ron. That's what pissed off Anthony. I never DM'd Ron. I never did. I never did.
I never did. I never did.
All right. Do you still owe Ron money? I probably owe him a few bucks, and I will, no matter what, give Ron a few bucks. I'm not trying to save money off screwing over Ron. So whatever I owe him, if we never do another one of these again, I'll send him some money. That's for sure. So it's just.
I don't know. You seem pretty reluctant to send Ron money, so I'll believe that when I see it. I guess we don't know an amount he owes him. I guess we'll see if Ron ever discloses that, if Opie does owe him money.
It's just, but the other thing is, like, I don't even know why Anthony's texting me. We have no relationship, none. We did a show that was successful for a while out there. Yes, we did, and then we just spent the last 12 years yelling and screaming at each other. Life's too short, Ope. This is what I hear all the time. Life's too short, so you should get back together with Anthony because life is too short. And that's the reason why. That's the reason why I will never do anything with Anthony again, because life is too short. Do you get it yet? All right, short one today. So,
All right, there you go, folks. There's the controversy. The Opie and Ron show was never much of anything to begin with, but now, not even because of Anthony Cumia, but just because of some random dude who I guess evoked the name of Anthony Cumia. Opie's whole little empire falls apart, and it's all like, oh, we're doing good, the numbers are going up, oh, we're having a great time on the Opie and Ron show, but oh, it's ruined now because of these DMs and these lies, and I have to receive a text from Anthony this angry, insane text. Oh no. So Opie can't get over Anthony, even though every time it comes up, he's like, why don't we just get over the whole thing? It's like, well, Opie, you first, bud. You first. It's truly, it's amazing. There's a lot of like crazy lolcows out there that make stupid decisions, but most of them didn't make millions of dollars already before they started making them. Hello, Freshie.
Hello. You can finish what you're saying.
So yeah. Most of them weren't already making millions of dollars when they made those decisions. I don't know. It just seems antithetical. Just squash the beef, Ope. Why not? Come on, peace. Or alternative idea. Okay. Opie, not that great of a broadcaster, but he's something. Which is more than you could say about most of the LCU. So Keem, maybe you oughta shoot a DM to Opie Radio on Twitter. This might be your next big star. How are you today, Freshy Fresh?
I'm doing good, but I just got something that I fucking like didn't. Uh, I honestly got some shit going on right now.
Um,
Um,
In other news, this is the show to talk about all the crazy drama. This is Lolcow Nobodies, where Tony Hits is the Lolcow. I don't know why I
it's not
assume this
about
has something to do
Tony.
with
It's
Tony
not
Hits.
about.
Okay, what is it about? Tell me.
Uh,
Come on, don't leave us
uh,
hanging.
I'm giving you guys a little bit of cliffhanger. I'm doing something real quick. I'm texting someone real quick. I'm texting someone on fucking Messenger.
Oh
And I will
boy.
explain who. I will say who. Because this is
Who's texting
juicy as shit.
Freshy Fresh on Messenger? Well, we're gonna find out in but a moment.
How about this? I want people in the chat to actually guess. I
Well,
want you to guess, Riley.
well, Freshy Fresh, I have some unfortunate news about the number of viewers we have right now. But I will guess. I don't. I mean, it's Facebook, so is it Belushi?
Not Blueshy
Not Belushi.
himself.
Oh, okay, but a
Not Blueshy
Belushi.
himself.
Something to do with Belushi. Is it Belushi's ex?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
So I was minding my own business, but I got like a notification from my account on Facebook, from my away from my actual account, and this woman responded to me, and I texted her like a week or 2 weeks ago, about Belushi, but she decided to respond now tonight. Like she decided to respond to me, and oh boy, the shit that she's saying to me is not adding up to what Belushi is fucking saying.
Oh boy.
Belushi's a deep shit. Uh, here's a little bit of hint. Um, Belushi said that uh about something about the charges on her boyfriend. Like, let's say about the possession of drug paraphernalia, which he was on meth, but also the aggravated assault was him defending his brother. But Belushi thinks that he's not clean. That he's going around that he's still a meth addict using meth. The guy came out and she said that he's actually clean, and there was so many proof and evidence of him being clean. But there's way more shit that came out about it. There's so many things that coming around to make Belushi way more of a liar.
So Belushi's in deep shit once again. He's always coming in this chat trying to play point guard. I feel like my audience doesn't know what to think about Belushi, so you people are gonna have to tune in to Crash Out. Talk is cheap. What's your show called right now?
Well, it's supposed to be talk is cheap. I was supposed to go over the talk is cheap is supposed to happen like tonight, because it was supposed to happen last night, but my fucking computer was crashing on me. I was about to go over the JFK assassination conspiracy theory, because there's actually more evidence on the JFK that it wasn't Lee Harvey Oswald. In the actual FBI and CIA files, it looks like, and not only that, the Russian files from Russia at the Soviet era documents, the Soviet Union actually had nothing to do with the assassination, and it turns out to be an actual like CIA dirty job, because the people in the CIA actually hate John F. Kennedy and plan on making a massive coup. So Lee Harvey Oswald is actually a patsy. The setup. He's innocent. which we're gonna be going over that. But with this recent event, I think I might do another rug pull on the premiere day of Crash Out, and do Crash Out tonight. It might happen. I don't know, depending on how the call goes, because I'm about to be on the call with her after this. But if I got her into an interview and got her to explain to the people of what actually happened with Belushi and how he actually is, because turns out he never hung out with a kid. He never hang out with her. He's always in his gaming closet. He's always in a different room. Never around his girlfriend and her daughter.
To be fair, I can see. I don't know how long they were together, but I can see kind of wanting to keep your distance from the kid, not really wanting to impose on them super hard early on into a
Oh, he said.
relationship.
You know what he's saying? He's saying that he come out of his mouth. He's claiming that he's the one that been taking care of the kid. That he's been doing it.
But okay, so he's been claiming that he's
Yeah. So he's
yeah.
lying, and because of him lying about it, he's now all the truth is coming out is the same thing that he did with Liz, but this one is way more different.
Damn.
So I'll be on the call. I don't know when you're ending your stream, but yeah, I'll be on the
I'm
call.
probably gonna wrap it. I mean, pretty much now. I was pretty much done, but you came in with this hot update, and I wanted to hear it. So folks, Freshy's about to get in that call, and hopefully he lands this interview. So definitely check out. Either way, you should check out twitch.tv/ it's Freshy Fresh Show, correct?
Yes.
Twitch.tv/ Freshy Fresh Show, because I'll say if he gets that interview, that's gonna be juicy. But if he doesn't get that interview and it's talk is cheap about JFK, I'm calling in for that shit because that sounds fun. So you're either gonna
Oh,
get
you should come. Oh, you gotta.
you're either getting me or you're getting Belushi's girlfriend. Either way, it should be an entertaining stream.
Either
Uh,
way, it'd be entertaining.
so ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to yet another episode of Lolcow Nobodies. Listen to old Opie and Anthony clips. Listen to whenever Jim Norton and Anthony Cumia are together. And don't listen to Opie. And don't listen to Belushi, apparently. He's not the super honest guy. Uh, Belushi, come on my fucking channel. I want to talk to you. Nobody, I want to do the Belushi interview, okay? Freshy's gonna interview your girlfriend. Somebody send Belushi this clip. Freshy's gonna fucking interview your ex, and it's gonna be a whole bit. I want to interview you, okay? Why don't you come defend yourself, not in like text chat where I can't respond to you back and forth. I'll have you on
Yes.
anytime, Belushi.
He's a flat out pussy. You're probably gonna get a flat out pussy because Belushi, I got someone in my fucking DMs. I'm gonna get in the call with them in the minute after the show, and I will make sure I will ask if she would come onto the show of Crash Out and actually talk about it. And if so, I might ask Mystic because I think Mystic might like to come on and be part of it. And if Mystic decided, yeah, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna actually I'm actually gonna see if he's come on the premiere of Crash Out. Thank you guys.
Let's go. Thanks for watching Lolcow Nobodies, everyone. See you next time.
See you next time.